G'day y'all, this is Libosis speaking and welcome to episode 3 of Clan Libosis. And just thank ISOFX for the first couple of episodes. If you've watched those, then I hope you enjoyed them and welcome to this new episode. So what I'm going to be discussing today is basically working on the premise that if you're new to the game. So it's just going to be a quick little run through of all of the icons, what they mean, and how things basically work within the game, just on a more detailed level than may have been discussed before. So basically, first things first, obviously we work from a touch screen. So if you tap on anything, it gives you an idea of what it is and how we can go about removing it. Now, just from a base point of view, this area all around here where everything is on this nice mode green line is called our base. Okay. And essentially we have to clear all of these items around our base in order to put things there in replacement of them. So if we want to build a village and protect our items and things that we have and our resources by walls, well then clearly we don't want to waste those walls on putting them around things like stones and bushes, trees, etc. So we have to get rid of all of those things at some stage. So basically we need to do that sooner rather than later, but we don't have to go hell for leather about it, because if we go too hard, well then we run out of resources and we can't keep building our base. The way that it works, obviously, if you increase your collectors, which are these two little guys down here, if you increase those first, well then you get a greater throughput. So if we click on it, and we can click on upgrade without actually upgrading it, we get an idea of what we get for that upgrade. So they've got a capacity of 1000. If we upgrade it, we get an extra 500 in the capacity. So that means if we leave the game for any reason or for any amount of time, is that the maximum that that's going to be able to hold is 1500 gold per collector. So if we have a look here, we've got a maximum of 4,000 anyway, so we're only going to get a maximum of 2,000. So what we should do is we'd upgrade our storage, which costs 1,500 Elixir, and up the top here you can see that we have 3,000. So we should probably increase the gold storage while we've got the Elixir to do that, and we can see that that's going to take an hour. But we get an increase, we get a double increase, so from 3,000 maximum storage to 6,000 maximum storage. So that's going to be worth it, because obviously if our collectors are going overnight when we're sleeping, it's a good thing to be able to store more. So that's one item that we've done. Now if we have a look, we should probably update that. So what we want to do is upgrade our collectors and our storage units so that we're more efficient with the time that's being spent away from the game in getting more loot, basically, without having to battle for it. So if we upgrade that, it's going to take 15 minutes. So because we've got a shield, if we click on the shield, which is up the top, that's that silver thing there, you click on that and it gives you the information. So we're good for 1 day and 18 hours. So that means that we don't have to worry about people stealing our loot, so we can focus on building our base using those short upgrade times to our advantage, so on and so forth. So that's essentially our working areas within these lines just around here. And that's where we can put things. So essentially we will clean that over time. What happens is when you clean up some trees and bits of bark, etc., they will give you gems. So the game will give you roughly 50 gems a week, give or take, that you can use and we can bank and we can store up. Because as you can see up the top here, we have 0 of 2 builders free, we have 2 upgrades going, but the game will give you a maximum of 5 builders. So the next builder for us will cost 500 gems. If we just have a look in the shop, 500 gems. So we want to get our builders as quickly as possible so that we can basically build more stuff more often, all at the same time. So instead of waiting for our next builder at 13 minutes, if we had 5 builders, we could have at least 4 of them going, with one of them available to do walls. Okay, so let's just quickly go around the board. So XP, we're number 5. So that means, I'm not sure exactly what XP stands for. I think it stands for experience. But basically, if you click on the line, we've got 30. Now, how you get XP, a couple of ways, is that you clean up your yard, you can get XP. So if you don't get gems, you get XP. And if you donate once you're in a clan, when you donate troops, you get the certain value for those troops. So giants, you might get 5 XP per giant. You donate 6 of those. And a spell, you might get 35 XP. So that gives you a really good fast track if you value XP. Now, because we're going through this process and we're not valuing trophies so much, trophies will become important once we sort of get to the end of Town Hall 11, pushing through Town Hall 11. Did I just say that twice? Maybe, yeah, end of Town Hall 10, pushing through to Town Hall 11. But until then, XP is a pretty good indication of where you are in the game. Now, the more you donate and give to your clan, the more XP you'll get. When you finish upgrading your turrets and or things that are in your builders list, you also get XP for that. Now, we've gone through the builders list. The suggested upgrades that you can see down here below what we are actually upgrades, they're recommendations by the game. Now, obviously, you don't have to do those. You may have other ideas as to what you're going to upgrade. Just on that, we are going to, if we have a look at our Town Hall, we're Town Hall level 2. We are going to max everything out before we upgrade our Town Hall. We might upgrade our Town Hall in conjunction or anticipation that any remaining builders will be available come new Town Hall upgrade time, because the Town Halls normally take a while. But as you can see here, we've still got some suggested upgrades. So until the Town Hall or Town Hall 3 becomes part of the suggested upgrades, we will not upgrade the Town Hall. So that means we're going to do all of our walls, we're going to do all of our turrets, we're going to do all of our storages, collectors, everything we can, so that when we get to our Town Hall or our new Town Hall and it's completed, we are ready to go. We are ready with fresh builders, and we are ready to accept anything that the new Town Hall offers us, so that we can get those on our map and ready to go. Now, we touched briefly on the shield before. Our shield is active, so in here we've got almost 2 days worth of shield, which is pretty cool, so we're going to use that to build the base. Normally you'll operate, what happens is basically if you get attacked, depending on the damage of the attack from the opposition to your village, you may or may not get a shield. If it's just a little attack, you won't get a shield. If they moderately hurt you, you might get 8 hours or 12 hours shield. If they smash you, then you'll get a 16-hour shield, and that allows you to rebuild, get some loot back into the collectors, and allows you to sort of stay part of the game essentially, so that you don't get completely battle axed. Now here, time until personal break, 1 day, 22 hours. So that's pretty cool. Normally you get 4 hours. So that's the game limiting your playtime. So essentially, if you've got your screen open and your battery life, or you're plugged into power, then the maximum normally that you can play the game is going to be 4 hours. So that must be a new game time limit that I hadn't seen before. Okay, so obviously if you want more shields, you can purchase more shields with gems, which we don't advise that you do. So now we have our gold. When you click on it, it gives you a maximum and your production per hour. So 800 per hour. This game is primarily about maths and working out how much everything's worth. So at 800 per hour, if we multiply that by 10, which gives us 10 hours, 8,000, 16,000 plus 3,200. So it's 19,200 gold we can produce currently as is per day. Now, given our storage, that's not real good. So we have to upgrade those storages. Okay, so gold is used for upgrading our turrets. Now, our turrets are things that we use, such as a tower. So they're things that attack, basically. So things that attack are effectively our defenses, ironically. So a cannon attacks. So gold is used to upgrade that. Archer tower, gold is used to upgrade that. Mortar, walls, anything in this defenses area is used by gold to upgrade. Now the only caveat to that is where you see the walls. Now at Town Hall 9, the walls can be upgraded. Level 9 and level 10 can be used. We can use Elixir, which is a good thing because when we attack with goblins, essentially what happens is that you end up with a bucket load of Elixir because you can't, because goblins are so cheap, you end up with a lot of Elixir and you're basically just upgrading walls with gold. You've got nothing to spend Elixir on, but you'll see that as we move forward. Okay. Now, Elixir is used to basically upgrade troops and things for troops. So we've got the storages, they actually upgrade with gold, except for the dark Elixir storage that upgrades with Elixir. But if we have a look in our army, so all the things to do with troops are upgraded with Elixir. So army camp, barracks, spell factory, laboratory. Barb King is actually with dark Elixir. Dark barracks, dark Elixir. Anything that's dark, dark Elixir. So basically these first four, army camp, laboratory, spell factory and barracks, they're all going to use Elixir. Now within the spell factory, as we move forward, you'll get spells that you can use like lightning, etc., early on, and all of that stuff needs to be upgraded with Elixir. If we go into our barracks, we can't do anything in there at the moment. Okay. Obviously gems are used to fast track things, so with our upgrades, if we wanted to, we could click on finish now and gem that. We don't want to do it. We want to save up our gems, get our builders and be more productive within the game and get through it quicker. Make sure we get our goblins. Okay, down on the right hand side you'll see a little thing and there for you. So there's some starting out in Clash of Clans, the events. That's the other way to get some gems going. So obviously with this one we can't go in and participate because it needs the Valkyrie, which needs a higher level of barracks to have that work for us. But as we move forward, things like the Jive Arch games, which is Giants, Barbarians and Wizards, we can participate in those and we can get those gems to get our builder huts. In here is our settings for music, help and support. For the most part, the help and support is really good for this game. They generally get back to you within the hour. They're excellent. But for the purposes of recording, normally these would be on, the music and the sound effects. That would normally be on. However, they're off for the purposes of recording. We've briefly touched on the shop. So we know that Treasure is buying stuff. We want to stay away from there. Resources, Builder's Hut primarily. Army, so all these things we can't quite get yet, so we'll go through all those later. Now, with the shield, which is up the top there, if we go attack, you can see here, find a match. Attack cost 8 hours. So if we go through and we attack and we literally smash someone, it will take 8 hours off our shield. If we go again, it'll take everything. So if we attack while we've got a shield, you will lose the shield. So for the purposes of this exercise, we will not attack. However, you can go through here on the single player on the right hand side. You can go over here to the cannonball run and you can do that without affecting your shield. So if we wanted to do that, we could. And it's not a bad way to sort of work on strategies and also use different troops when we get different troops made available to us and go through and practice essentially. Down here, is our troop levels. We get an idea of what's in our troops, how we can train troops, etc., etc. And we'll go through more of that later on when we get some mail. This is our attack log, so it gives you a history of what we've done, if we won or if we lost. If you get a single star, if you see here on the right hand side where it says we won, we got 100%, 3 stars. If you get 1 star, you win, and that's at 50%. If you get the town hall, you get a star regardless of percentage. If you get the town hall and 50%, you get 2 stars. If you get everything and wipe the opposition out, you get 3 stars. So the 3 star 100% attack is a great attack. Anything under 50% is a loss. Defense log. Now this shows, now we've got a shield. This shows when somebody attacks us and how much loot they got, and we can revenge. We can go against them if we choose to, unless they've got an active shield. So it's good when you go to sleep and you wake up when we don't have a shield and you get to see who's attacked you and what they've got. If you click this little guy here, that gives you a global chat. When you're in a clan, you get the clan chat. Now I think it's at Town Hall 3 we can join a clan. We'll work that out. Trophies. Now, we're not going to care so much about trophies in this walkthrough from Town Hall 1 through to Town Hall 11. However, some people enjoy the fact that trophies give them a sort of prestige within the game. And essentially, when you attack people, if we go back to our little log here, see there's 25 trophies. Now we lost here, just below that, so we get -1 trophies. When we win, we get trophies. When we lose trophies. That's essentially how it works. It is rated, so if you attack someone, if you're on Town Hall 7 and you attack someone that's Town Hall 9, you will get more trophies if you win than the other way around. If you're Town Hall 9 and you attack someone lower than you, it is rated, so basically you'll get less if you attack someone that is a little bit smaller than you, which is fair in life as it is in this game, so don't pick on little people. And that is essentially a little walkthrough. There is a boat village or a builder base, which we'll touch on later once we get this base a little bit more sorted. Up here we have, there we go, we need Town Hall 6 to start playing clan games. That means we must be Town Hall 6 before we join a clan. So the clan games are something that they've recently released, which is nice, and it's a good little distraction to what's probably not happening with the main base, and that's a few upgrades that a lot of people are sort of calling out for. So anyway, that's a sort of brief introduction, if you will, to all of the little nooks and crannies. We hope that you learned something insofar as what what gold can buy, what Elixir can buy, gems, etc., etc. Now, just with that, with the clan games, you do actually, when you join a clan, should you win them, you do get things like gold, and you get extra things like potions, which can be used to effectively gem your collectors so they're more productive, or your armies so that they're boosted. You also get a book of heroes so that you can upgrade your hero straight away, etc., etc. But that'll be later on. Okay, so hope you learned something, and cheers all, and thanks for stopping by, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Hooroo.